My name is Isaiah Blue Harris. I was in the United States Army Reserve. I served a total of 10 years. Enlisting for me was kind of strange. Very new, never had done anything like that. If I knew what I know now, going back into it, things would have been a little bit different. I went down to the office there in Thornton, Colorado, to talk to the recruiter. And I originally wanted to do just MP work, writing tickets, and I thought that would be pretty good, pretty easy on a high school, level. And they didn't end up having anything ready for me on as a Bravo. They got 31 Echo, 31 Bravo. I wanted to be Bravo, but they had Echo available. I was 18, really, thought I knew everything, but didn't know a thing. And then the first time I actually got on an airplane was to go down to Fort Benning, Georgia for my basic training. As a 31 Echo, I was a corrections officer. So I was in the MP Corps, but instead of going out on the street and being a patrol officer, I was in the detention facilities or the prisons and watching the prisoners and stuff like that. When I joined, I basically made the decision I wasn't going to be another person sitting there watching CNN and complaining about something that's happening. And I kept hearing it growing up too, we shouldn't be in this war, or this, that, and the other, and everyone's like complaining about this, that, and the other. And I decided I'm going to actually be one of the people that helps. I said either we can sit here and we can complain about the problem, or we can go over and try and fix it. So I went and tried to fix it. And that was one of the decisions, one of the reasons why I decided to go with corrections, because of the Abu Ghraib situation. Those people who were watching those detainees, they were not correction officers, and some of them weren't even MPs. So they had never been exposed to that type of training or anything like that. They were literally untrained. Here, watch these people. So of course they made mistakes. So I wanted to help fix that. Like, they don't cover on the news about the schools that we build, or the women's help organizations that we try and help start. They don't tell you those things. They just say, oh, more civilians got killed. We must be horrible human beings. I did have a lot of tragedy while I was over there. Me and my wife were talking on Skype, and they hit the MWR tent right behind us. We had moved out of that tent about 2 weeks before. And when I say they hit it with a rocket. It hit, the whole place shook, and then the connection was lost. So my wife, and she doesn't remember it. I've talked to her about it a couple of times, but she doesn't truly remember what happened. I think she's kind of blocked it out. But she thought that was it, that I was gone. And, I think that was one of the reasons why we lost my son, because she was under so much stress that I was over there. I got emergency contact from the Red Cross saying that my son had passed. my wife was in delivering the baby while my father-in-law was crying and telling me that there's no heartbeat. And all I wanted to do was talk to my wife, and they couldn't let me talk to her because she was in labor, you know. And those are one of the things, I mean, you say memorable, but it's one of those things that are kind of something that you just don't forget, you know. And I mean, I had plenty of other memorable things while I was over there that weren't so dreary. The military is very essential. It's very good. It teaches you discipline, things like that. But I do believe, based on my experiences, that we need to up the age. I think if we made it 21, at least, before you went in, it would be best. Just because, you know, you don't know anything when you're 18. You think you know everything, but you don't.